Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me today, a man who's at his most powerful when he's in the middle of his summer vacation, Ben.
I'm so wet.
God damn it.
What a cursed fucking choice of translation.
Fan subs. Sometimes.
That's really what
Cursed.
they said. You know what? I don't care if it's what they said. Don't do it. Like use your noggin, you know?
No. Fan subbers will never use their noggin. Or scanlators. Whatever.
True. We're talking about Codename Sailor V by Naoko Takeuchi.
Mm-hmm.
It's Sailor Moon, but not Sailor Venus.
Yeah.
As
It
it
was
ends up
like
being.
it was the prototype for Sailor Moon. That
Yeah.
Then when they were like talking about turning it into an anime because it was so clearly good immediately, they decided to instead make it a team show, like more like a Super Sentai kind of thing. So they made Sailor Moon instead. And then Sailor V, the manga kind of just runs. Like, I think the last chapter of this came out after Sailor Moon was over.
Jesus.
It kind of just, like, would come out sporadically. That's why she has to introduce herself and all her friends all the time in every chapter, I think. Because it was coming out pretty sporadically at a certain point.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I
think
mean,
that's why that's like that.
Dude, I'm looking at the chapters. I mean, like the first 6 were in 93. And
Yeah.
then the next 4 were another year later. And then the last 5 were 3 years later. Over 3 years later.
It made its debut in 91. So I don't know about those dates.
Well, you're just some guy. I'm looking at the Wikipedia article.
I think that's
Wikipedia can't fucking lie to me.
when the collections were published. Not the
it's
individual
just-
chapters.
It's just those chapters, man. I don't know. Regardless. I mean, that's still, like, chunky time.
Mhm.
Anyway. Yeah. There was, I feel like I'm in the... At this point, I suppose, minority of people who have now read this manga before doing Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like, I mean, certainly in America, like, people are watching that
Anime, yeah.
pretty shit tier dub.
Wow, Paul's gonna fight you.
They're not cousins, dude. That's all. I haven't even seen the fucking show, and that's all I know about it. They're not cousins, man.
Yeah. That's like super late in the run.
But that's the thing I know about it.
Okay.
Tuxedo Mask and close cousins.
Yeah. Mhm. But you get the so this does a thing that so in the manga for Sailor Moon, they're just like immediately all the Sailor Scouts are there pretty quickly, I think. So like it's like a team book from the start, whereas in the show, it like they slowly start introducing the other Sailor Scouts.
Oh,
Or
I
in the
didn't know
original
that.
show.
I didn't know that was a difference. That's interesting.
Yeah. So it's technically, filler, except when you have a story like this, that it's all like episodic adventures anyway, like Monster of the Week. I don't feel it in the same way.
Yeah.
But also, I think the anime team working on Sailor Moon was really good, so they came up with fun stuff. But there is like something appealing to me about solo superhero stories in a way. So I appreciate those early episodes of Sailor Moon where it's just Usagi, and I like so Sailor V also appeals in that same way of just like, yeah, it's just like a normal. It's more like a Western superhero because it's just one person.
And from what I know, it's like
or whatever.
They're like the same character, right? Like,
yes. The
pretty
big difference. The big difference is Usagi is a crybaby, whereas
yeah.
Naoko is always like, I never cry. And Usagi is also less like constantly falling in love with a new person. That's not her.
Right. Yeah. Man, that fucking
they have
panel.
some differences, but like they're kind of.
I mean,
there becomes a show. So Sailor V. The other thing about this is, Sailor Venus in Sailor Moon comes off as a little like not as interesting because she's not as distinct enough from Usagi in the way that the other Senshi are. So that becomes. So there's like a general agreement in the fandom that like Sailor Venus is boring or whatever, but so that's why I appreciate this manga where she's just great.
Man.
She just rules.
I mean, even today I was talking because, as I've mentioned like several times now, Anya watched a shitload of Sailor Moon back in the day. And I was talking about the manga today, and she's like, oh, like that's why they were so similar. And like why it seemed she mentioned something about Sailor Venus having like more of a backstory than the other ones.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah.
Because you see Usagi playing the Sailor V video game.
Yeah. Man.
And why they both have a cat.
Yeah. Anya mentioned that.
And also like the Sailor V outfit way more looks like the Sailor Moon outfit.
Totally.
Than, like, Sailor Venus's. Also. All that stuff.
Man, there were First off, this manga was so cute. Like, it was so nice.
Yes.
And I've like been reading either just horrifying shit, honestly. Like, it's just fucking, even when it's like really beautiful and poignant, it's just fucking grim. And it's good. It's very good. But then I like crack open this and I see the nom nom. She's just eating stuff. I'm like, man, this is nice.
God.
Like, she's just being a fucking teenager.
Yeah, she's thinking about her past loves and going like, my first love, but he's dead. I killed him.
God.
Just cheerful stuff, man. Yeah, I love the energy in this book is so.
It's
good.
very good.
It's like just ball of energy. Who then oversleeps.
I mean, who can fucking blame her, dude? Hang on. I did get a few screenshots, and specifically there was a quote that I was like, yeah. Hates shiitake mushrooms, anything she's bad at, her mother, and the police. It's pretty fucking good. Yeah, it's just solid shit. There was some really good panels. Like, for the most part, the artwork was like cute as hell and like just interesting, right? And then there was like, first off, they did that thing that Berserk also does, where like the first however many panels of like a new chapter or whatever are shaded, or it has like, is it at the end? the beginning. I don't know. It has like really nicely shaded stuff.
Well, they're colored.
I'm not colored. Are yours colored?
In some cases.
You're getting colored shit in your...
In my fancy edition, yeah.
You're getting
they
fucking
reproduce
colored?
the color.
You motherfucker.
Not
I'm
always.
sitting over here with black and I'm clicking through. I'm like 8 chapters deep and it's black and white as far as the eye can see, man. Oh, fine. Chapter 9. Oh, fine. 2 out of 9 or whatever.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of color pages.
No, I'm not talking about the
It'll be like-
color though.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about like, where's a good example? Like the
But that's standard in manga for like the first pages in things to have a little oomph to them. That's that's pretty normal.
Sorry, I'm not a fucking weeb. You know, I don't read manga, Hank. It's not what I'm about.
Because it's like, appearing in a magazine. So that's if it's a
Yeah, that makes
show
more
it off.
sense. Yeah.
grab the audience when they're flipping through.
But there was some good stuff like just in it. Like occasionally they'd have like a nice big panel and it was, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I also, it's like nostalgic because I did watch like a little bit of Sailor Moon when I was like fucking tiny.
Yeah.
And it's like not enough for that show to be like drilled into my brain, but the aesthetic is there. So like it was the same thing watching like Utena, right? That sort of style, like basically when it's an anime girl that's like 90% legs and just like a stick and that whole deal.
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, this feels like home. So it's just a very, I don't know. It's like a warm art style to me. I identify it with good times.
Naoko, legs for days.
Dude, I checked out some of her other stuff after looking at this. Like there was she had a thing that completely bombed and it was about these like two like girls, I guess, but they're from a different planet and they like turn into cockroaches.
Great.
And they like do shit and it like seemed fucking cool, but like after 4 chapters the publisher like lost all of the shit for it and it just stopped dead after 4 chapters, and I don't think it was very popular even before that. But it was like I checked it out and it was actually pretty decent. Like just cockroaches that land on people's lips for a kiss and then they turn into their human form. People are like, oh, what the fuck? Then poof.
Poof. It's pretty fucking funny.
It's a good time, dude. I saw it. I'm like, oh, this has Hank written all over it. Cockroach princesses. Yeah. Getting back to Codename Sailor V. This is like pretty much the structure that we get in Sailor Moon, right? Like with the villains. It's like the Dark 8. I know there's like a dark something. Obviously here they're just trying to like suck the energy out of people and also their money because they're failing financially, which is great. That's like more or less the deal, right?
Yeah, it's a monster shows up trying to suck the energy out of people. That's the basic structure.
Okay. I'm like, this sounds pretty familiar.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But Tuxedo Mask is more of a fixture in the structure of the show than Tuxedo Ace is.
Okay, well, Ace was also a baddie.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I will say strongly in Sailor V's point, the Tuxedo Ace thing, the Ace part, way better than Tuxedo Mask, because Tuxedo
That
Mask kind of sucks.
that
It's kind
tracks.
of bad that like every time the battle's happening, like Usagi needs this fucking goober in a tuxedo to throw Rose and like say, "You do it," and then she does it. I would rather she just did it on her
Yeah,
own.
yeah,
Like some of my favorite episodes of Sailor Moon are the ones that are like tearing Tuxedo Mask down, or that he has less impact. But
yeah.
yeah.
Man,
So there's also that in which the Sailor V structure is just superior, because like Minako just fucking does the shit.
yeah.
She doesn't actually need any encouragement.
Yeah, no, she like hops in there.
Uh huh.
Like, it's real good. Um, man, I love it, but I hate it. The police chief just being absolutely smitten with her is like,
Uh-huh.
on one hand is fucking great, and then I remember that like she's 13, and then it's less great, but like,
Uh-huh.
does she just look, because like she transforms, right? Is the deal that like as Sailor V she looks older or something? Because like she's
People
like
don't
transform,
assume superheroes are teenagers till they find out they are.
I guess. Yeah, I mean she was like transforming into a lot of stuff. That
Yes,
was
no,
cool.
I mean she does transform into like adults
Like
when
a
she's
police
transforming.
woman and
Yeah,
like makeup artist.
yeah, when
and
she
shit.
uses her transformation ability, she pulls out that katana. This is like
Jesus,
committing
yeah,
to seppuku.
seppuku swing, and the cat and Artemis is like, that's not really right, but okay, close
That's
enough.
not what's seppuku is. Seppuku is fucking killing yourself, but fine, whatever. You got it done.
Yeah,
We get the one panel where she just has her fucking gun out because she turns a police officer. Hell yeah.
it's real fucking good, dude. So I think was just on the I don't know where I read this. Maybe it was somewhere when I was, maybe it was just on Naoko Takeuchi's Wikipedia page or something. She said that when Sailor Moon started, like more people, like just kind of more cooks in the kitchen, right? She said she thought it ended up with more of like a male perspective or male, like, I don't think they used the term male gaze, but I think it was like implied. And I don't know much about Sailor Moon again, so like I don't really know if that would be true. Do you notice that? Because I don't. Because that's one thing I've been, with all the stuff I've been reading, been watching, that sort of shit comes up a lot, and especially with the I can't even remember the full name of it, the Kaze whatever boys boarding school thing. That was sort of a big thing I was reading about, is like the considering like how the writer was considering like the female reader's perspective. And when I look at this, when I look at like Sailor V, and then like kind of knowing what I know about Sailor Moon and the like picturing parts of the anime that I can think of, it doesn't seem different to me. It doesn't seem more or less male gazy, I suppose, or like more of a male perspective. Maybe like Tuxedo Mask is the thing.
The thing I will say about Sailor Moon is you way more feel the weight of this dude has to show up every time before Sailor Moon can do anything.
Yeah.
So like that outweighs some of the other stuff, I would say. But
Okay.
like, I don't know. Yeah, like the anime is being worked on by more dudes than, like, I think some women worked on it, but the directors were men.
Yeah.
But I know like Ikuhara in particular is like on record is like not loving the effect the Tuxedo Mask had on the story.
Yeah. No, that makes
And
that
like
makes sense.
generally like fucking like pseudo kills him all the time or whatever. Did the best episode that's just strictly a takedown, like a parody takedown of Tuxedo Mask with this fucking cat.
Hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, that shit's interesting. Cuz it's definitely something I've been thinking about more. Man.
And I don't know if like the manga feels different or anything because I haven't read the Sailor Moon manga before.
I thought you'd done part of it.
No, I've done this, and I'd like looked at it, and it didn't grab me then. But I'm gonna give it a full shot.
I was about to ask if that was the one that kind of felt like it didn't do anything for you, and then I remember that was Utena.
That was the Utena manga.
Yeah, that one also. When I checked it out, even briefly, I was like, "Yeah, it's fine," but it's,
Yeah, I just don't love it. But like in that one, I would need to love it because it was just made at the same time. It's not like the anime's adapted from it, whereas at least with Sailor Moon, like the anime is, working from the manga at some level. So
yeah.
and like I really like Codename Sailor V is like the other thing that makes me want to check it out. Like I think Codename Sailor V is fucking great. So
It's really fucking good, dude. Like, I never once felt like bored, and I mean it's pretty short, all things considered.
yeah.
But like, it just goes.
Yeah, and it's never gonna get bogged down in anything because every chapter it's the self-contained story basically.
Yeah.
And
They're
like
all just like
for something this and they're always fun, and for something this short, it's not enough to get like burned out on that formula.
Yeah.
It keeps being a good time.
That is
And then
what
she tries to go Hawaii and winds up in Greece.
dude, that whole fucking thing was like they lost me. They're like, these people are going there, these people are supposed to go there, and I'm like, oh my head. Were airports really this confusing back in the day? You just go in, you just go to the gate. But I guess no, because her parents were in the duty-free shopping center. That'd do it. Those places get you, man. And then the poor, I forget, Wakage, the like police dude who's always getting shit on by V.
Yeah.
Poor bastard. That chart that the chief brings out, and it's like his performance, and it's like an inverse line from V catching
Like,
people.
But it says like his hit points. And then Sailor V's hit points just keep going up.
So good.
He doesn't fucking do anything.
I mean, he like I don't know, he's like good at noticing stuff. He just never does anything in time.
Nope, he does nothing.
Look, man,
The thing, I love that the chief then decides she has to bring it back because she needs someone to talk about Sailor V with.
Yeah, dude.
Sailor V2. Like, she just needs a fucking person she can fucking nerd out at.
Yeah, man.
Who's gonna be annoyed about it? Like, that's part of the point. If she does to someone who doesn't react, it's not as good. She's not getting what she needs.
God. Man.
Gets sent to Siberia.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because they have a Siberian office or whatever.
Yeah. Easy.
Man, it's
Japanese
in,
police department. It's Siberia.
It's in for me, it's chapter 4, page 11 is the first instance where we find out that Chief likes V.
Mm-hmm.
That was so good. I just wasn't expecting it. I'm just bumping along, and she's like, "Do you have a problem? Then get out and do some great work of your own." And like kicks his ass out of the office, and then does the like look around and presses the button, and the fucking scroll of Sailor V like rolls down. It's so good. Oh man. She just wants to recruit her to the police force.
When she's saying like, "See, this is the new pop star. The dark guys. There's no way they can be evil."
The dark guys, dude.
They work for the dark agency.
Also, fucking.
And there's Twin Dark.
Yeah. Artemis falls in love with a dog. Gets wrecked. Dude, the whole bit with the manga artist was hilarious. I want to be a manga artist when I grow up and live in the lap of luxury.
Yeah.
That shit.
Oh, the fucking
great.
Like when she's like lying on the ground at the end, and then the panel next to it is what editors see, and it's just a bunch of blank pages. Like her head is a fucking blank panel.
Oh, I don't remember that. What chapter is the manga thing in?
I don't fucking remember.
You son of a bitch. This is supposed to be your favorite manga. That's what you said to me. My favorite manga. I know every page of it.
Not what I said. Never said that.
That's what I remember. It's like chapter 6. It's not chapter 6. I think chapter 6 is the one where she blows up the video game.
It's in the second half.
Oh, right,
I
because
found
it's
the page in my edition.
Yeah, hit me.
It's chapter 12.
Okay, that's where I am. I landed there.
I'm gonna see if I can get it to you first by just taking a picture of it and sending it.
Dude, how dare you?
Will I win?
I mean, I think I'm there. I just think I have a drastically... I have a totally different thing. That specific bit is what it is like totally different. So yours says, "No, sensei, the manuscript. Note, this is what it looks like to an editor." Mine says, "Wah, teacher, the final draft. These are just a few of the stacks of drafts there actually are."
What?
So that's a much worse joke.
It's terrible. I think your fan subs are bad, Ben. Or fan scanlation.
There wasn't much to go with, dude. Like,
yeah.
I tried. rough. I mean, I don't think like a ton was lost. It's probably just more shit like that where it's like just a small joke is ruined.
Mm-hmm.
Or
But the jokes are good. There's so many good small jokes.
I guess I'm gonna have to buy a fucking manga when the world opens its doors to me once again.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory, I could. I just don't really want to go through a third party at this juncture. At least I don't want to go through a third party for, like, fucking useless shit.
Yeah.
It's just not quite worth it. But, God, I've never wanted to buy so much fucking manga in my life.
Yeah, but that joke of this is what editors see. So
That's very good. Blank. That's such a weird difference. I should look that up and see if there's like an excuse given, because that's in the same. I'm sure that would be in that same column table that I sent you with the "I'm so wet" excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Oh well.
Oh well.
The other thing I liked from that story was when the artist falls on the floor and her glasses come off and Isagi, fucking, what's her name? Minako? Minako, right?
Minako.
She's like, whoa, she's actually hot. Like the glasses just coming off, and that's all it takes.
And she marries her editor.
Right. Man, that whole thing. So good.
That guy was like being nice to Minako. He's like, I need her. She's fucking fast at laying tone.
I don't even know if that. No, that's still in there. It's just different phrasing, but yeah. Is this also where we get? Is this where we also get the the seppuku sword? So fucking good.
Feel V-chan's katana as she sends you to seppuku.
Great shit.
Great shit.
I don't know. Is there anything else hella specifically you wanted to mention?
I like that when it gets serious at the end. She's like, realizes she hasn't been going all out for love. She's been, she cares about other stuff. Actually.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like not an end, but
yeah,
the last two chapters are like fucking good.
Yeah. She's got to go find Usagi to protect her. That's her destiny.
Yeah, like her getting the memory stuff back.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't just actually the last chapter. Man, so many of these panels in the last chapter are so fucking good.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of shit that I fucking like. Look at this. On for me, page 16, and it's like her, and there's like stars in the black parts of her outfit. Oh, fuck me up with that. Is that a fucking celestial skin? I'm in. That's all it takes.
True.
And all the universe
Oh, right,
shit.
the stuff with the chocolate.
That was the chubby
The
chocolate.
newspaper.
Was like
This is Chubb is in.
Chub is in. I think that was my favorite story. Like, that was just so good.
And then at the end, she tries to use her magic to cure everyone, but no, they're still put on the weight because it was, just chocolate.
Yeah, it was just chocolate.
Just like extra fatty or whatever.
God, the bit where Artemis is like, Minako, a muffin top. Just like chubbing out a little bit over the hem of her
Your
skirt.
you're sticking out a bit. So much fat shaming.
Dude, I mean, yeah, but like, it's funny.
Yeah. I love when Sailor V chops up the arcade board and blows a hole in the roof.
That shit was so good. Man, that fucking poor nerd. She's even like,
Yeah.
I think that's on the page where she's like going through her lovers or whatever, loves, I should say. She's like,
Yeah.
he's nice and he's really cool, but like he has no chance.
He's really loaded though. He's really super rich. That's a character that's also like there's just a different person, a different nerd in Usagi's class who's just that same character.
Yeah, I think I saw like, I forget her best friend's name in this. But isn't she also just kind of transplanted into Sailor Moon under a different name?
I mean, Usagi's like normal best friend character. The thing that defines her more in Sailor Moon is that she's constantly getting attacked by monsters. Just like her life is terrible.
Yeah.
Just not the case here. She's just like always the victim of monsters over and over again.
Yeah.
Particularly in the early episodes, at least. There's that page where Minako gets punched in the face, and she's just got a fucking bandage over her face as it's happening.
That's a fucking
That page is
great,
amazing.
That's a great page. That shit was so good. Just pow. Oh, sorry.
Turn
On
these
your
chunky
page,
chubsters back to normal.
on your page, it's Klong, not Pow. It's objectively better. Speaking of her best friend, the bit with her donating blood is so good.
She just wants free orange juice.
Free fucking juice. And then, oh man, I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's not that funny, but it's just, it amused me, her rolling up and her friend is like, oh, are you here to help us get donations? She's like, yeah. She's just standing there, fucking sweltering.
She's like, I didn't run away fast enough. When she's fighting the karaoke monster, and she's like in the word balloon, she's giving a speech, and in the background it just says, "Would it be all right if I killed you?"
God. There were a lot of.
And she says, "In the name of copyright law, 1899, I will punish you."
Yeah, man. I think mine also had something different there, but it was like just I think it was just like more specific or something. It was the same brand of joke, but that shit was good.
There's Artemis using the computer. That fucking rules.
A cat on the computer? That's creepy.
And then Minako, like at the end of the series, like confronting her, like I just keep destroying the men that I love, killing them with my own hands. Is that my destiny?
God,
It's so fucking metal. It's just Sailor V. She's just out here falling in love with dudes and then realizing they're evil and murdering them.
Look, man. Everybody has
Good
a type.
shit.
I mean, not all of them were evil.
It's
Some
true.
of them just, like, that one
Sucked.
dude just married his teacher or whatever. Former teacher.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh, this was it was a
But
good
when
week.
you're out here falling in love with people and then murdering them, I feel like that overwrites the people you liked then.
Yeah, I mean, you don't
Just
you know,
fucking something else happened.
nobody remembers the lovers that just leave. They only remember the ones they killed.
Also, the bit where at first she's just saying, "This is my first love." It's like, is this like your third love at least? And then it's like, and then it jumps immediately to like it's her 3,097th love, first love.
There wasn't there
And
something?
then, like, there's like congratulations, 5,000th first love. There's like a little banner.
Wasn't there was like a thing in her diary too? Like Artemis is looking through her diary. He's like, "Wasn't this guy your first love?" And she's like, no, he was my first kiss."
My first love that I also
Or
kissed.
or something. Yeah.
Yes, that was.
So good.
I think it was right after that they started doing the like 1,000th first love joke.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just like Sylvie's design. I like her little mask. It's fun.
It's very good. Yeah, it's like, I mean, compared to Sailor Moon, I mean, it is right there. But yeah, you have like the little bit of a mask. I don't know. It's like just different enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does Sailor Moon's design have like the same pauldrons?
I don't think so. Sailor Moon also has a tiara.
Okay, well, nobody gives a shit about the tiara. Real talk.
What are you talking about? She throws that thing and it murders monsters.
I'm not a fan of the tiara.
Wow.
Throw a shoe.
She does not have pauldrons. Well,
Sailor Moon. All right.
yeah, she's not
Let me-
pauldrons.
Yeah, okay. Her shoulders are objectively worse. No pauldrons? No spikes? She doesn't have the big collar?
Yeah.
No. Man, fucking pauldrons.
Fucking World of Warcraft character out here.
No pauldrons? No outfit then. IMO.
Yeah.
You know what else?
Times.
She's just fucking using that pen to pass classes.
Oh, it's so funny.
This
She's
pen is
just,
supposed
like,
to. This pen can like fight evil. Yeah, I'm gonna use it to get my math answers.
Do my
to
math
do
homework.
English. She's like holding Artemis back, and she's writing in the notebook.
Uh-huh. It's like, no, I've been grounded from doing idle stuff by my cat. I mean...
Dude, Artemis is so shit at just not talking in public.
Uh-huh. He's very frustrated.
It's good shit.
Yeah, I think... I don't know. Is that it?
I mean, yeah,
That's the podcast. It's just fucking good. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have any complaints.
yeah. I mean, it's good, and it's like, it's also short, you know, and it leads
Yeah.
into another thing that,
Mm-hmm.
admittedly, I am a little nervous about going into like 800 episodes of Enemy of the Week.
It's 200.
That's a lot.
Totally different.
That's a lot. I know we just did a lot more, but those episodes fucking flew for the most part.
But think
Enemy
about
of
it
the
this way.
I don't know.
They have to. It's not that you have to sit through a new enemy every week. It's that every episode they get a new monster. You're gifted a little treat every episode.
I guess. It's really gonna have to do a lot of work, man. There's no chonk. There's no little muscle hams running around. Like, sure, there's legs, but unfortunately, those legs are attached to a middle schooler. And this isn't the bare naked ladies. They are not boom anime babes, nor do they make me think the wrong thing.
No, they're high schoolers or
High schooler in Japan, I've learned, means fuck all. They're like 13. They're like, I'm in high school.
well,
I'm 13. Okay. High school is like 15, maybe going on 15. Not a huge distinction.
Yeah.
But as someone who was like more recently than you, 15, it's a big difference. I don't know if you can remember that far back. It feels like a big difference.
No, it's just the childhood blob.
Which?
When I was in high school.
Oh, it's just all, it all just melds.
I might be being a little facetious, but sure.
Can I be real with you for a second?
Yeah.
I still don't fully know what facetious means. I've looked it up multiple times.
It's like, you gotta
tone
embellishing
it
or
down.
whatever. You're like purposefully.
Okay.
Or like,
It's like hyperbole, but not.
Yeah. It's when you're
Okay.
like fucking deliberately fucking conflating stuff or whatever, being dumb.
Yeah. Okay. I've been using that word like mostly right, I guess. Yeah. Well, it was a good intro. And it was short.
Yeah.
A little in between for our stuff.
Yeah, it's to get hype for Sailor Moon now.
It is, yeah. You know what? It did get me. There is hype. There is more hype for Sailor Moon. So I'm kind of sad that this. I'm sad that it doesn't have an anime.
It's kind of wild to me that this never got an anime.
Mostly because, like, I was mentioning it, and Anya was asking. She's like, "Is there an anime?" I could tell just like the tone. Like, she was ready. She was ready to watch 30 episodes of a thing all at once, straight through one day.
Nope.
But unfortunately,
there is not an anime of the Sailor V stuff. There are 2 Sailor Moon anime. There's not an anime of Sailor V.
I actually can't even commit to a pace for watching Sailor Moon because it's gonna go one of two ways. It's either gonna be something normal and we try to like break it up and set it out and just like go at it, or Ani's gonna decide that she wants to hop on board, and then we're really gonna have to expedite things. I'm gonna watch like the entire series in like 2 days, and I'm not gonna know my name by the end of it. So we'll see.
I don't have faith in you being able to keep up with Anya if Anya decides she wants to do it.
But here's the thing.
Or like her not waking up in the middle of the night while you're sleeping and finishing it without you.
Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't be able to ignore the fucking raw power that is the fucking fusion of Anya and also podcast. I can't. I would watch it all, man.
I'm just saying. She wakes up with it while you're asleep.
No,
she finishes it.
See, she doesn't wake up. That wouldn't be the problem. The problem would be there just wouldn't be sleep. Like,
okay,
it would be like going to bed at 5 a.m. and waking up at like 9 and just going to work.
Okay.
So like, I'd be dead by the end of it.
Gotcha.
It's literally like 5 a.m. sometimes, man. It's a lot. Not a bad way. I mean, I've fucking been there just with games instead of like the only thing I can think of watching where I actively did that when I had like shit to do the next day was Berserk. Because I got to that end and I'm like, I can't stop on this. So
haunted forever.
There was 2 days of me just like not talking to anyone at work. Just literally like destroyed. The guy. Anyway.
Anyway, Salt Circle Podcast, gmail.com, Salt Circle Pod on Twitter. Anchor.fm/Salt Circle is where episodes are hosted, and I'm on Twitter at Comic Panels.
I'm not on Twitter, but I highly recommend finding Codename Sailor V and giving it a read through because it is fun. And
buy the books because the scanlation seems bad.
Or, you know, maybe like your library has them or something.
Yeah.
You never know.
I will say I have the fucking Eternal editions, which are huge, which are very nice.
Yeah. I mean, the big thing is that like it's also short. Like
it's probably 3 normal volumes of manga.
It's like
the
like
Eternal editions, they're only 2 books.
Depending on how long you linger on each page, like what, 2 or 3 hours of reading maybe.
Yeah, and it flies by because it's the energy is really good.
Yeah, it's not like you're committing to fucking 20 volumes of a thing or whatever.
And also, like, you know, you finish a chapter and you're not like left on a cliffhanger.
And if you're like me, you can read the whole thing and you can be a smarmy piece of shit whenever somebody brings up Sailor Moon. You can be like, did you read Codename Sailor V though? So, you know, little bonuses.
That's the goal.
That's the goal, man. That's why we do it, to be smarmy.
Just look, I just think the things that the people maybe don't look as far into are really good, actually. So,
yeah, dude.
In some cases,
this is between this and like Rose of Versailles stuff, and like to an extent Berserk, which kind of opened up that gate weirdly. Like, I've been doing some deep dives into this shit and like finding more cool stuff that either looks cool or that I read because it's short and it's like it's just good.
Yeah. I really like doing the deep dive on like this influence stuff and find like where like the works that the people who wrote the things I like liked clearly and were influenced by. Like, those rabbit holes are good, and I just hate it when it points me at manga that does no English translation. I just can't. I'm like, no, dead end.
Just learn.
I want to read the Napoleon manga that
learn Japanese.
Rose Versailles manga wrote after Rose Versailles.
Just learn Japanese.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Not happening.
Just learn Japanese.
No. I'm bad with learning languages in general, unfortunately.
I mean, I feel it. As someone who lives in Russia and doesn't speak Russian. After 2 years.
Oof.
I can make my way. It's not that dire.
All right.
Anyway.
Peace.
Peace.